Hello to everyone. My name is Inese Suija-Markova, and I will talk on behalf also of my colleague who had to leave for Vilnius today. So I will be the only one trying to be brief about the group visit that we had in Riga International Airport. The leading motive for our visit to the airport was losing the battle in order to win the war. How to combine business and state interests in joint ventures. So briefly, I will give you some facts about Riga Airport. Probably most of you or all of you have been to Riga Airport in the passenger terminal, but now about the organization that is running the whole infrastructure. So Riga Airport was built in Soviet times in 1974, but since 1991 it has been called as Riga International Airport, and it is a 100% state-owned company, so state joint stock company, which is run by Ministry of Transportation. And currently, Riga International Airport operates in the area of 650 hectares, but they have very big, ambitious development goals, so they still have a space of 1,000 hectares that they are going to develop in the near future. And they have 1,300 employees, but in the future they see that the number of employees will decline due to the fact that they are going to spin off some of the functions to private companies. So, and annual turnover is 35 million euro, which is fairly good money, considering the fact that Riga International Airport competes in the category of small and medium-sized business airports. So it's not regarded as a big airport, not yet. And all the prizes that they have received recently, this year they entered among 100 airports by the number of passengers served per week. So it's in the category of small and medium-sized airports. So what has been the advantage for development? I'm going to show you some figures how Riga International Airport has been developing recently, but of course the geographical advantage has been one of the factors contributing to that. And you see that Riga is actually quite geographically nicely located, as it is serving the catchment area where there are around 7 million people. So that's one of the factors, and actually there has been a very big passenger traffic growth in the last few years, and they are expecting that to increase also in the coming years. And despite the fact that in general there was a decrease in number of passengers traveling all over the world, Riga International Airport has managed to keep the increase for 10% last year. And of course the success story of that wouldn't be possible without Air Baltic, which has been their strategic partner and the main airlines they have been cooperating with. So if we go further, so we can see that all the figures show that Riga International Airport is #1 airport in Baltics in terms of the number of passengers served, as well as aircraft movements and the cargo flights. They are still lagging behind Tallinn, but they expect that in the future they will be serving more of cargo growth than Tallinn. And due to the fact that Air Baltic has taken the strategy of being the transfer point and bringing more and more passengers to the airport, so we can see that the transfer passengers. The number of transfer passengers has increased for 163% in 2008, which is a tremendous growth for such a small airport. And as I already mentioned, the main airline contributing to that has been Air Baltic, followed by Ryanair. And currently there are 17 airlines serving Riga. And in 2009, there were 14 new airlines serving Riga, so came in and they were flying to 71 destinations, and 11 new destinations were opened. And again, that is, most of those new destinations were opened by Air Baltic. So that's, they work really close, hand in hand. And in 2010, they are expecting 5 more airlines to start operating from Riga, and in total there will be 81 destinations. So, of course, one of the success factors behind the rapid development of Riga International Airport has been their competitive fee structure. As you can see, the landing fee that they charge per ton for aircraft, like normally 737 Boeing that weighs 70 tons, so they are charging 2.05 euro per ton. Average in the industry is 10 euro. So they are really competitive in that, and that is this price has been very, very attractive for airlines, and also for both for low-cost airlines and also for full-service careers. So that has been one of the reasons why there have been so many airlines flying from Riga and new destinations being opened. They also have already done considerable infrastructure improvements, but they have really ambitious development plans also for the future. So in 2008, they extended the runway, and now but actually all types of aircrafts can land in Riga. And the infrastructure is ready for that. But in the future, they are going to develop not only the infrastructure of the airport itself, but also the surrounding areas. And they have huge plans, which are actually already partly in the process of implementation for business park development around Riga International Airport, so in the total area of 90 hectares. And they were really proud that one of the projects that is going to be located within the business park, it's the exhibition center that will be actually operated by the Frankfurt Messe. So they are looking forward that will be like a major attraction of all the other businesses serving the exhibition centers and etc. So very, very big development plans. So in 2013 there will be a new passenger terminal opened in Riga, and that will be able to handle 12. In total, Riga International Airport at that time will be able to handle 12 million passengers per year. And the total cost of investments is going to be 200 million euros, and 75% of this money comes from the cohesion fund. So that means that is another actually very big factor contributing to development of Riga International Airport, because that's a huge investment. If you think that you would have to do it on commercial basis, then they would not be able to charge so low fees for landing and for serving passengers. So that goes hand in hand. And as I already mentioned, that they are in the business park, they are expecting Messe Frankfurt to operate the International Exhibition Center, which will be built by Riga. The infrastructure will be built by Riga municipality, but the center will be operated by Frankfurt. Yes. So, what were the main conclusions from the presentation? So, Riga is really having a very advantageous geographical location, so which means that it can really draw on traffics from all the 3 Baltic states and be #1 airport in the Baltic Sea region. Currently, Riga is a kind of a unique airport because it is serving actually at the same terminal and using the same infrastructure for both low-cost and full-service carriers. But in the future, they are going to develop a separate terminal and separate infrastructure for low-cost carriers because they are having special requirements. And they are also investing a lot to develop a private business jet operation infrastructure. So they are investing a lot to upgrade and diversify infrastructure to meet different demands and requirements. And still they are very proud that 30% of their travelers are business travelers, which is like the high end of the market and spending more money. And yeah, they are very proud also about the punctuality of the service, so which is like 98% and which is among the leading airports of Europe. And if we are talking about the key motive behind this presentation, how to lose the battle in order to win the war, some of the key lessons that have been learned from this presentation, that of course Riga International Airport being 100% owned by the state, while focusing on the business, it should not forget about the social function that is actually serving the population of Latvia. And they are, when they are talking about development plans, they are also considering of providing mobility to the inhabitants of Latvia, so opening more destinations, bringing in more air carriers that may offer cheaper traveling possibilities, so availability for bigger and bigger proportion of population to flying services. And of course, at the same time, they should not forget about business. And they are very proud that despite the low fee that they are charging from the air carriers, they still manage to run a profitable business. So they are not in a losing position. So it's a demand also from the major stakeholders and share owners to be profitable. They, of course, being the state-owned companies, they are not focusing on short-term just using the airport as such, but they see airport as a place that brings in, like, it has a multiplier effect because it develops other services and functions around the airport, like hotels, just about to end, and etc. So there is a huge multiplier effect. And of course, being so closely linked with and actually kind of dependent on the Air Baltic, so they are developing very nurturing relationship. Although they are having intense discussions, still they are very friendly with Air Baltic and Ryanair and very important carriers. Yes, and huge capital intensive investments for infrastructure development and very risky business. At the same time, it's of course in the short time they are losing something by investing so much money, but in the longer term they see that it will bring greater revenues. And the mission that is Riga International Airport is keeping in mind is actually to enhance the development of business clusters. So not just the airport, but you see what's developing along with the airport. New job possibilities, new businesses, and etc. So that's briefly about Riga Airport.